my crafty friends, it's Andrea from Prairie Sky Papercraft, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Manitoba. We are so close to the last day of 12 Days of Christmas. This is day 11. And for today's little treat, we are making a movie night, cold night in, little gift pack that is great for kids, teachers, anybody who needs a little bit of a treat. So hot chocolate and popcorn will fit in this. There's also enough room for a little bit of a sweet treat. Candy cane tucked inside, which I've already cut out from Sweetest Christmas. You can also tuck in a chocolate bar. There's a whole variety of things that can go into this little package. Now, for our template, I've already got it scored. I'm using Sweet Sorbet. So it's an 11.5 piece of cardstock and 6.5. I've got it scored at 2 3/4, 3 3/4, 7 3/4, and 8 3/4. So really super easy measurements, which, as you know, is how I like to roll. I don't like to make things more complicated than they need to be. Now, I did measure the width of my packaging for the popcorn and hot chocolate before I started. So if your packages are a little bit different, then you may want to slightly modify the measurements, but it's really, really easy. As I said, there's a little bit more room than I need, but it's fine. So we are also going to measure 2 inches down and right to the corner. So you can do this in your cutting tool. I'm just going to draw a pen line so it's easier for you to see. So again, the corner to the 2-inch mark. And then we're just going to cut along that line. Now you can use whatever color cardstock you have, whatever stamp set you like. I'm using the Scotty Christmas Scotties, and I'm using the double oval punch for my thing. So we're going to close it like this, and then we're going to put our last tab is going to close like that, so it hides all of our inside little bits. So adhesive, skip this tab. So the adhesive is going on these guys. So we're going to fold under, and press. And then fold, and press. Make sure that your corners are square. And then because we have the adhesive, if you want, and actually I think I will add just a little bit more just to keep it super secure. I'm using regular Stampin' Seal. If you wanted to, you could use Stampin' Seal Plus, or you could use the liquid glue. Oops. And because Hot Mess Express, I forgot to do adhesive on our inside tab. It's all good. So I'm just going to take it down and lay it on my desk so that it's flat and I don't crush my box. All right, there we go. Tuck this guy on the inside. Okay. Now, I like to take my Bold Folder or something that's a little bit longer and just give it a really good push on the inside to make sure everything is nice and adhered. So then our hot chocolate and popcorn fits in, and you can see there's a little bit of room for stuff. Now we get to have fun decorating the outside. Now, if you want to have your angles come in a little bit bigger, you absolutely can do that. So I am going to Do I want to add a little bit more DSP to this? Or do I want to just decorate it with the sky? You know what? I think it needs a little bit of something. So, last minute decision. This is handy, so that's what we're going to use. So we've got 4 inches. I'm going to cut this down to 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, maybe 3 3/4. No, 3 1/2. So 3 3/4 by 3 1/2. See, I had a plan in my head. Plan goes sideways, as is usual in my craft room. There, now that'll just add a little bit more interest. So our adhesive is going to go across the center because, as you know, with vellum, you will see the adhesive lines. It's not too bad on this paper because there's a pattern to hide it a little bit. So now, yeah, I like that. So now we're going to add our candy canes in a crisscross. So I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive onto the backs of our candy canes. I really like this designer series paper for this. Let's see, which way are we going to crisscross? Like that, I think. I love fun packaging ideas for the holidays. And the stamp set, actually, you know what? I'm going to use Regal Reindeer instead. I love the font of this Merry Christmas. So grab our block, grab our ink, move this guy off to the side so it doesn't get smushed. Actually, I don't think that's going to quite, oh, it might. No, not quite. I was trying to see if we could use up our scrap that we had cut off. Now, if you had made yours a little bit bigger, like your cut the triangles a little bit bigger, it absolutely would fit. So you can use your scraps, but I'll use those scraps for something else. So now we'll do our Merry Christmas with our bigger oval in the double oval punch. And I've got a little piece of real red ribbon here, which is really festive to me. You can tie a bow. You can just run a strip of ribbon behind it, whatever works for you. We'll see how tying a bow works for me today because it's not always my forte. Yeah, no. All right, so we're going to do a different bow today. This is one of my favorite cheater bows. So you take the ribbon and you crisscross. Even numbers on your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you take your tail and tuck and pull it through. And then, I'm just going to take it off my fingers. And then you just tie a knot with your 2 strips. It's probably a little easier if you have a little bit longer of a tail, but it's fine. Ah, of course. All right, let's try this again. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There, that's a little bit better, I think. And then tuck. A little bit of tooth help. There, that's better. And then just pull your ribbon a little bit tight and mess around with the tails to get them where you would like them to be. I'm just going to trim the edge a little. All right, and now we're going to do our Merry Christmas. I'm going to put a little bit of, How am I going to attach the bow? I'm just going to do a little bit of adhesive on the bow. Glue dots would work, a dimensional would work. Stick this guy down a bit. Tuck our Merry Christmas underneath. And then put our little treats in. It's a great little stocking stuffer, really easy, comes together fairly quickly. I hope you enjoyed the bow trick. That's the only way I can tie a bow. As always, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. The printable with the measurements will be over on the blog, as is all of the 12 Days of Christmas videos that I have done with a tutorial and a link directly to the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon.